What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Svenson here. Just want to go over a few things today that I'm seeing in the charts, how I'm approaching this market, and also happy holidays to all you guys out there. I hope you guys are, spending a little bit of time with friends and family, maybe, or, taking a little bit of a break maybe from looking at charts. Probably good for the mind. Sometimes you got to step away for a little bit, give your mind some room to think, to clear things up, guys. A lot of times stepping away from something and then coming back to it is very helpful, right? Rather than just staring at something, and you know what I mean. Sometimes a break is actually really good. Although I mean, I can't really take much of a break. I'm not going to take much of a break. I've spent a little bit less time looking at charts recently, but that's besides the point. Let's go over some things I'm seeing in the charts here. If you guys were watching my live stream and my videos for the past week, I was talking about how I thought something like this was going to show up, and obviously we've broken out of that. So in terms of what I thought was going to happen, we broke out. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. It could happen in this fashion now, right? But we'll see. It doesn't really matter. We have a lot of resistance to get through still here that we haven't gotten above just yet. The 4,200 level is going to be a bit of a fight. I still don't think we're going to get above 4,250. We have recently played into this range, coming up to 4,235. So we got close. But we'll see. There's a lot of selling. You see this, guys? A lot of selling happening, a lot of profit taking happening at these levels. So I'm not too sure about how much further the price is going to go from here. Again, the way that I'm approaching this market, right? The way that I'm doing this is I'm accumulating for the long term. I want to own the Bitcoin. I don't want to make trades. I want to accumulate Bitcoin at proper levels. And looking at the chart here, we had some good accumulation levels, right? But looking at the chart, this was, for me, this is not proper accumulation levels, and neither is this, right? These are not levels that I feel comfortable accumulating at, right? The price is just moving too fast, and I don't, these levels, the way that the price moves in these areas, I don't accumulate in these areas, right? It's uncomfortable for me to do so, because there's just a lot of downside potential when you're sitting in these areas, right? There's a lot of downside potential, right? And again, we are on a bearish trend still, right? We have this nice bounce here, looking like a V shape here, but again, there is still a lot of selling pressure, a lot of downward pressure still. It's going to be tough for the price to get above this area. I mean, it could. I was doing an analysis before, and I was just thinking, like, what is the most bullish case right now? I was just thinking, what's the most bullish case here for Bitcoin if, for whatever reason, we do rip out of this zone? Like, what do I think it would look like? Well, it would probably look something, let's just go to the 3-day. It would probably end up looking something like this, where we would probably bounce out of here, play in this range. This is what I think is the most bullish case for Bitcoin right now, and then eventually dropping lower, right? And I'm still looking for that $2,500 price target, which is about right there. So I think, in Bitcoin's, in my eyes, in Bitcoin's most bullish case, something like this is possible. If you guys see this, right, we bounce up, hit like 5,400 or something, and create, start falling back down. This is possible. We do have all of this room to move up. Personally, I don't think this is likely. I don't think it's going to happen. But I was thinking, what is the most bullish case here? What could Bitcoin do? And in my eyes, Bitcoin could do this. It's definitely in the realm of possibility, right? And if you're looking at it large scale, it's not that unreasonable of an idea, or a possibility. It's definitely a possibility here. I'm still looking for the $2,500 price target. I still think we're going to reach the 2,000 zone. Whether we go a little bit below, a little bit over 2,500, I think it's going to be somewhere around there is where we are going to be consolidating for most of 2019. And of course, 2020 is about right here. And as you guys know, I do think that spring of 2020 is going to be the time that Bitcoin is going to be finding, that support and coming back up to break that resistance once again, and create a new trend to push off of. Similar to, if you guys watch my long-term analysis, pushing off of a new trend, right? As if you guys want to watch my long-term analysis, that is the featured video on my channel. Something similar here, I think, is going to take place, where we find a new trend to push off of. And I think it's going to take some time, guys. I think it's going to take some time to actually come to this level and push off of it, right? A lot of people are thinking that, this is the bottom. Could it be the bottom? I guess. It's just hard for me to believe right now that, let's just say Bitcoin has some kind of reversal and we come up here and, we're good to go. There's a couple reasons why I think this is just not going to happen. And one, a lot of people are thinking that, if Bakkt gets approved, institutions have an on-ramp now for Bitcoin. A lot of people think that the price is just going to moon because institutions are getting involved and institutions are going to pump the price, right? Well, guys, you have to think about it. This, in my opinion, is very unlikely, right? It just makes no sense to me. Why would institutions pump the price? How does that help them? It doesn't. They would lose out on an accumulation phase by just pumping the price, right? The only people who would be benefiting is us who've been buying recently. So in my opinion, if Bakkt gets approved, it's almost more of a reason for the price to sit at a lower level and for a longer accumulation phase. So the institutions can accumulate, people can give up on Bitcoin and think that it's dead and think, oh, Bakkt got approved, but the price isn't pumping. Does this mean Bitcoin's dead? That's how a lot of people in this space think, right? If Bakkt got approved, an institution started using it and the price wasn't pumping, a lot of people in the crypto space would think that Bitcoin died. And it's just hilarious to me because institutions are just going to use that time to accumulate and, eventually push the price up. But they want to accumulate at proper levels before shooting this up. Also miners, guys, right? Another thing is it would be very beneficial to miners if the price could at least hang out. Whatever happens in this near term, at least hang out here for a bit, right? I think the miners would very much be on the side of this rather than the price just mooning, right? There's a lot of reasons why I just don't think the price is going to moon and why institutions wouldn't want to just pump the price and not be able to accumulate. It just, they would have no time to do anything. They would just be pumping the price. It wouldn't benefit them, guys. Pumping the price wouldn't benefit them. So, are we going to have a Christmas rally here? Are we going to rally into Christmas? I mean, maybe we'll have a nice green Christmas and that'd be great, right? Again, I'm accumulating. So right now, I don't feel comfortable with accumulating at these levels. It just doesn't feel right to me. I would like to see the price come down a little bit more. And maybe accumulate down here again and lower prices as well. Overall, for those of you who may be wondering, if the price does continue to push out of here, I'm just going to let it ride. And I'm just going to see what happens because I don't feel comfortable accumulating at these levels. And this is something that I've been obviously explaining to my patrons. By the way, guys, I'm going to be leaving the holiday discount up until the new year. So once the new year comes around, the price goes back up for the Patreon, just so you guys know. But if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I do go live. I go live fairly often when Bitcoin is doing interesting things. Today, I didn't really feel the need to go live. We did get above our previous high here, but if I went live, we would have just been watching Bitcoin do this, and it's not that exciting to watch that, right? If Bitcoin broke out of this zone, then I would go live. I'm sure you guys understand that now. We'll see what happens. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Just wanted to, clear things up, show you guys how I'm approaching this. And I will see you guys very soon.